Good morning, friends. Today we are going to learn about the last part of our general topic, the epistolary novel. Here I had taken one of the PowerPoint presentation from online source, and it will be get easy for you for the objective questions also. See, in the previous lectures, we learned about how it is developed from classical literature to the 90th, 20th century, and in the last lecture, we learned about how five, five examples from the English literature, which are epistolary novels, and what is the purpose of those novels, how the women characters used in that epistolary novels and written in the later form. See, here is a etymology and all other things. Etymology: the word epistolary comes from the Latin word epistola, meaning a letter. It is a Latin word, that is epistola, epistola. It means a letter. An epistolary novel is written as a series of documents, the usual form of letters. Here are some examples, actual examples given here, and you can see it and learn it. It adds greater realism to a story. It includes multiple narrators instead of an omniscient narrator. So, multiple narrators, the letters of all characters from the novel, we can understand it. The story can be told and interpreted from numerous viewpoints. So, if we can take example of Anne Frank's diary or example of Pamela, we can understand how there is a different viewpoints are used. The subjective points of view makes it the forerunner of the modern psychological novel. So, subjective point of view used in the particular novels are particularly the psychological point of view about the women characters, psychology of the women, and psychology and emotions of the other characters as well. Origins of the epistolary novel. See, here are the origins of epistolary novel. Originated from novels with inserted letters in which the third person narrative in between the letters was gradually reduced. That inserted letters in which the third person narrative in between the letters was gradually reduced. There is no omniscient narrator, or the third person narrator is less introduced in this type of novels. Originated from collection of letters and poetry. Some of the letters were tied together into a mostly amorous plot. The first truly epistolary novel is the Spanish Prism of Love, that is Caricel de Amor by Diego de San Pedro. The founder of the epistolary novel in English is considered to be James Howell with familiar letters. All these parts we had seen in the previous lectures, but it is a repetition through this presentation again, and we can understand and what is the exactly epistolary novel, and it is written in the form of letters. The first novel to explore the complex changing perspectives in the genre was Afra Bain, who wrote 3 volumes, Love Letters Between a Nobleman and his sinister sister. That is familiar letters, love letters between a nobleman and his sister. Individual points are presented by the individual correspondents. The central author's wise and moral judgment disappears. So here the individual correspondence is the important one. The letters between nobleman and his sister is the important part, and this individual correspondent creates the letter series, the documents which is called as a epistolary novels, and presented the events through the episodes of letters. The epistolary novel as a genre became popular in the 18th century, which we are going to learn about it. The first, Samuel Johnson, is the most popular writer of the epistolary novel with Pamela and Clarissa. Pamela is the first mature epistolary novel in English. It is marked by a coherence of characterization, plot, and theme, and Clarissa in 1749. So, here we can understand the particular photographs of those novels are given here through this presentation, and you can understand how those novels are written in epistles. Themes. The themes used in these particular epistolary novels are in the 18th century, that are questions of morality. The particular novel creates questions of morality. If you see or learn the novel Pamela, you can understand it creates the question on of morality. Many are sentimental in nature. Most of the novels are sentimental in nature, which creates the emotions and feelings of the later writers. The depiction of domestic and personal concerns. The later is always a personal concern, that's why it creates a personal concern and the domestic issues in it. Women novelists at the time of the 18th century and written most of the epistolary novels. Much epistolary fiction was written by or about women. The later novel was an early means for women writers to achieve public recognition. Female characters in the novels often wrestle with sexual temptation and moral property. The latter is the only way to express themselves honestly and thoroughly. Here we can understand how female characters write down the novels for their own purposes, that is the or are to achieve public recognition. The latter is the only way to express themselves honestly and thoroughly. Women novelists were read in the 18th century, but the bias was that serious literary work was conducted by men. That later in the 18th century, the epistolary form was subject to much ridicule, resulting in a number of parodies. The most notable example of these was Henry Fielding's Shamela, which is written after 1 year of Pamela in 1741, written as a parody of Pamela. Shamela, the best female narrator, can be found wielding, wielding a pen and scribbling her diary entries under the most dramatic and unlikely of circumstances. Epistolary novel slowly fell out of use in the late 18th century. The epistolary form survived in fragments in 19th century novel, that is, in Andre de Balzac's Letter of Two Brides, two women write over a 17-year period. Next, Jane Austen's Pride and Prejudice contains a number of letters that play a critical role in the plot. Next example, Mary Shelley employed the epistolary form in the novel Frankenstein, which is also a horror novel and also a epistolary novel. Next part, three types of epistolary techniques: monologue, dialogic, and polylogic. That is the monologue giving the letters of only one character, dialogic giving the letters of two characters, and the polylogic logic with three or more letter writing characters. So these are the types of epistolary techniques. Next is efforts to receive the epistolary novel continued in the 19th century. That is, Bram Stoker's Dracula is, as an epistolary novel, captures the imagination of modern readers. Alice Walker used the epistolary form her novel The Color Purple in the 20th century, and Stephen King's first well-known novel, Carrie, combines epistolary elements in the 20th century. So, as per the development of the epistolary novel, we can understand how it is changed their point of view and the plot also. So, here we end our presentation of epistolary novel, how it is developed and changed its issues till the 20th century, till the modern literature. We are going to learn about the English novel from the 18th century to the 20th century. So, remember the novels which are written in the 18th century and how it is started in the English literature. In the next lecture, we will learn about our next part of the paper English novel.